What is up, guys? Welcome. Sifu Kloud here. It's been a minute. Welcome back today. Guess what? That's right. It's the Boomkin. I recently tried this class. I've been playing this for about 3 weeks now, and I'm absolutely fucking in love with it. So first things first, let's talk about our talents. Now this is just a reflection on what I take and what I feel is best. It's my own personal opinion. If you disagree, that's more than perfectly fine. And I do this for VGs and arenas. It doesn't necessarily matter. So let's get right into it. For the level 15, I take Displacer Beast, teleports the Druid up to 20 yards forward, activates cat form, and increases movement speed by 50% for 4 seconds. This is really good for like just getting away from stuff or repositioning. You can Displacer Beast forward, and then you can bash or anything like that. So very, very useful. It just adds to the escapes and things like that we have. Also, because if you've never played a Druid, let me explain. Every time you shapeshift, you cleanse yourself of moving impairment things. You can't cleanse stuns or anything like that, of course. So that's definitely out. But just different things. Level 30. I take Ysera's Gift. Heals you for 4% of your maximum health every 5 seconds. If you are full health, it will randomly heal a injured nearby ally instead. This is really good because it's a passive. You don't have to do anything. These other talents, I'm not too sure if they're necessarily optimal. I wouldn't say that. But Ysera's Gift, it's one less ability you have to use, and it's always going to be healing no matter what, and that's fucking awesome. So, level 45. I personally take Fury Swarm. It's really good in arenas, especially against rogue comps and things like that. It's got no cooldown, and you can literally just spam it. It's going to reduce the movement speed by 50% for 15 seconds. If you're in bear form, it'll deal damage. That's not necessarily important because you don't really want to have a cooldown on it, so you can spread it effectively. Another really good one, actually all of these are really good. Mass Entanglement's pretty good. The only other one that I personally take on this one is Typhoon, and I'll take it in BGs every once in a while, and it's just because there's a lot more people, and it just gives you some self-heal. Level 60, I think a really popular talent choice between the two is either Force of Nature or Incarnation. Incarnation is really, really good if you're just trying to top the damage charts. And what this is going to do is going to give you that empowered Moonkin form. It's going to increase your damage abilities by 15%, and it's going to last for 30 seconds. But personally, recently I've changed to the Force of Nature, and the reason is because I use this with my Solar Beam ability, and it's going to root the person in place, and then of course, because you've got Solar Beam on top of them, it silences them. Let me just show you. Bam! It's going to summon this little Treant guy here, who's going to instantly root the target. It's going to summon the Treant for 30 seconds. The Treant will cast Wrath at the target, dealing 1,439 nature damage. That's going to depend on your gear, obviously. Every 2 seconds, and it's going to last for 15 seconds, maximum charge of 3. That's really good. You can pop all 3 of them at once if you want to do like a nice little burst. It's a little bit more damage here and there, and of course, it's going to start setting off your alignment. For the level 75 talents, I take Mighty Bash. This just gives me a nice reliable stun. It's got a really short range, of course, it's melee range. If someone's on top of you, that's perfect. That is just, it's just really good. That's the one I like the most, honestly. I don't think anything else in this. You can probably take the other ones, but I feel like this one's best for me and what fits my playstyle. Level 90, hands down, it's gotta be Nature's Vigil. For 30 seconds, all single target healing and damage spells and abilities also heal nearby friendly targets based on the amount done for 20% of heals or 40% of damage spells. That's good because it's just a lot of sustain. When you start taking a lot of damage as a Boomkin, just a fair warning, be prepared to get shit on, and by shit on I mean everyone and their mother is going to be trying to fucking kill you because you just do so much damage. It's actually really well, and they just recently got buffed. No, I'm not saying it's the best class by any means necessary, but at the same time, I absolutely love this class. It does so much fucking damage. I like it. Level 100, I take this talent here, simply because it's just going to give me more damage. You feel deeper connection with the stars, reducing your balance energy cycle time by 50%. Additionally, your lunar and solar empowerments also reduce the cast time of the affected spells by 20%. That's going to allow you to get off your alignment spells a little bit faster, and it's going to cycle through a lot quicker so that you can constantly be spreading those the Moonfire and Sunfire procs as well, because you always want to be getting those when you're at your peak. The peak is going to put up the most damage, and then of course you're going to be increasing your abilities. And these cast times can get pretty intense, so it just helps out a lot. Let's talk about glyphs. First glyph I want to talk about is the glyph of Bark Skin. Reduces the chance you will be critically hit by 25% while Bark Skin is active. That's really useful, just reduces damage. Everybody knows when you start doing that, when you start taking a lot of damage and you Bark Skin, it's just going to cut down a lot. It's really, really going to help. Glyph of Shape Mender. Each time you activate a shapeshift form, you are healed for 5% of your maximum health. This cannot occur more than every 5 seconds. This is really, really good. When you start getting dove on and things, of course you're going to rejuve yourself, but I also have a macro set up for my bear form, so that it automatically casts Frenzy Regeneration. So every time I refresh that, I'm getting my Frenzy Regeneration to heal myself, plus the rejuve, and then you're also getting your Ysera's Gift, which is 4% of your maximum health every 5 seconds, and then of course every time you shapeshift, every 5 seconds, you're getting that percent health back. So it gives you so much survivability. You think that you're so squishy you die really easy, but if you're doing this and you're running and you gotta get the F out of dodge, that's exactly what I would be doing, is just re-spamming that. Shapeshift, go to bear form, you take less damage while you're in bear form, of course, if you don't know that. It just gives you a lot of survivability, man. And plus, every time you shapeshift, don't forget, you're getting rid of those movement and parrying effects as well. So it's just, you have to take it. I honestly think you have to. Another thing that really helps me is the glyph of Cyclone. It's going to increase my Cyclone range by 5 yards. That's really good, Cyclone. It's always really annoying when you actually get out the full cast of Cyclone, and then right as it goes to cast it, they step right out of your range, and then guess what? You wasted that entire time, and you get no Cyclone. Minor glyphs, I can talk about these. I use the Unattained Stars. The reason that I use this is so that my Starfall hits targets that I don't have already marked with the Moonfire or Sunfire procs. And it just helps you just get more damage out in larger groups, things like that. Glyph of the Stag is not really important. You go to travel form, you can make it so people can actually ride you as a mount. It's quite funny sometimes, but just another thing. And then of course, Glyph of Stars. I take this because I absolutely hate the way the damn chicken looks, to be perfectly honest. So this just gives you the astral form of what your character actually looks like. And that's pretty much it for the talents and glyphs, guys. I can go a little bit over rotations. I'm just going to give a real basic breakdown on rotations. I'm not going to go into too much detail here. We can do another guide about that later. So you obviously want to be keeping your Moonfire up and Sunfire up at all times. You're going to start getting your Sunfire procs, your Moonfire procs, or Starfire procs, wow, sorry, and your Wrath procs every time that you start getting into your astral alignments, and it's moving really quickly because of that talent that we took. So it's going to be telling you pretty much every time that you're in your right alignment, and I want to kind of keep these Star Search procs going. And every time you're going to use the Star Search procs, I'm sorry, I'm having such a brain fart right now. You're going to start getting these stacks here on your Lunar Empowerment, which is going to affect your Starfire and your Wrath. So it's going to increase the damage that you do by your next one. So let me throw this out here and show you. Bam, that was 49k. It's not too bad. So I'm just going to go ahead and do a little rotations here, and we'll just go with that. Let's see. Get my Star Search proc up. I got the free proc. Throw out some Wrath. Going into my Lunar alignment, so I'm going to start using my Lunar spells. And bam, bam. Get out that. When you get the 4-piece bonus, you're going to be spreading your dots a lot more efficiently. So we're just, let me go to, yes, we're here. We're going to go a full-on rotation here. I'm just going to kind of go with it.
That's the jargon.
Not too shabby. I'm still missing maybe 1 or 2 700 pieces in the current season, so I'm not necessarily fully geared out, but the damage is really good, and you would be so surprised at some of the numbers that you're going to see out of this boomkin. They really changed it. even just that little percent buff that they gave it makes just a big difference. You're gonna see huge damage coming out. So right now we're doing about 20k, and that was of course with my one-shot macro and things like that. But also take into account that we are not also in PvP combat, and I'm only at 730 PvP combat, so we're actually missing the headpiece. It's the only piece of gear left that I don't have that's not 700 or better. So if you guys like the guide and you have any questions, make sure you send a comment. I'll try and answer questions the best that I can. And Boomkins are really fun. I hope that you guys really enjoy playing the Boomies. The new changes coming up in Legion, I'm going to release a guide or video about those later. We have some really good stuff coming out for Boomies. I think you guys are really going to like it. So drop me a follow on YouTube, of course. You can follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/SifuKloud. You can follow me on Twitter. It's at SifuKloud. It's SIFUKLOUD. You can add me on Steam, anything, or you can add me on my real Battle.net ID. I'll put the link in the description, things like that, okay? So, until next time, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the guide. Get out there, get shit on, learn your class, stick to it. It's the only way you're going to learn, boys. Get out there and beat somebody, right? Alright, guys. Fuck off. See you guys in the next one.